She walked into her house just after sunset. She locked the door behind her and set her bag on the table. Her phone was plugged in, charging. Nothing seemed unusual. The lights were on. The television was playing softly in the background. She was alone, as always. But by morning, she had vanished. No one had seen her leave. There were no signs of struggle. No forced entry. It was as if she had simply disappeared into thin air. Emily Parker, 27, lived in a quiet suburban neighborhood. Friends described her as calm, responsible, and predictable. She had a regular job, regular habits, and had never been missing before. That evening, she had returned home after her normal routine, stopping briefly at the grocery store. She spoke on the phone with a friend and seemed perfectly fine. She even prepared a small dinner for herself before heading upstairs to her bedroom. But that night would change everything. Her neighbors remembered seeing her enter the house. One neighbor glanced out the window and noticed the lights still on as she entered. Another saw her car parked in the driveway. But after that, no one saw her again. Early the next morning, when her absence was noticed, her roommate who had been traveling contacted the police. That was the moment the investigation began. Police arrived quickly and began their search. The front door was locked from the inside. Windows were closed and intact. There were no signs of forced entry anywhere. The house appeared perfectly normal. Her personal belongings were in place: wallet, keys, bag, and her phone, all where they should be. It seemed impossible. How could she have disappeared without opening the door or leaving a trace? Investigators combed the house for clues. Every corner was examined. Every drawer, every cabinet, every room. They found nothing unusual. There were no fingerprints besides Emily's. No blood, no signs of a struggle, no evidence of anyone else entering. The only thing missing was her presence. It was as if she had evaporated. The case immediately puzzled everyone involved. They turned to technology for answers. Her phone records showed the last message she had sent at 9:18 p.m. It was short, simple, and unremarkable. No calls were made afterward. There was no activity on her social media accounts. Bank transactions showed no withdrawals or purchases. Security cameras outside the neighborhood captured her arriving home but never leaving. It was as though she had been erased from the world in a single night. Neighbors reported nothing suspicious. No unfamiliar vehicles. No strange noises. No screams. No one had seen anyone entering her house. Some claimed they heard nothing out of the ordinary. It was a quiet night, just like any other. Yet someone had vanished. As the days passed, investigators dug deeper into Emily's life. They spoke to friends, colleagues, and family. No one could offer any leads. No enemies, no threats, nothing that would explain her sudden disappearance. Her life seemed completely ordinary. But ordinary people can disappear too. And the ordinary circumstances of her life only made the case more confounding. Police theorized that she might have left voluntarily. But her passport and all personal belongings remained in the house. Leaving without her phone, wallet, or identification seemed highly unlikely. Alternative theories began to emerge. Could someone have entered and removed her? But with the house locked and no signs of entry, this seemed impossible. Could it have been an accident? A hidden space inside the house? Every possibility was considered, yet none fit. One particularly strange detail troubled the investigators. The back door of the house was also locked from the inside. All windows were closed. Nothing indicated that someone could have entered or left undetected. The impossibility of her disappearance haunted the team. How could she vanish from a completely secure house? As time went on, different theories circulated. Some suggested that she had been taken by someone she knew, someone clever enough to bypass security and erase traces. Others believed in more sinister possibilities. Perhaps she had fallen victim to a criminal who planned every step meticulously. A few investigators privately wondered if something unexplainable had occurred. Despite extensive searches and interviews, there were no answers. Strange coincidences were also noted. On the night she disappeared, her neighbors reported hearing a faint sound of a door closing. One claimed to have seen a shadow move past a window. These small details could not be verified. They added tension and mystery but did not provide clarity. The more police looked, the more questions arose. Family and friends were desperate for answers. They put up flyers, contacted media, and offered rewards. Social media posts circulated with her photo and the words missing. Thousands of shares brought awareness, but no leads came in. It was as if she had vanished without a trace. Each passing day deepened the mystery and the fear surrounding her disappearance. Investigators revisited the house repeatedly. They checked every possible hidden space, from attics to crawl spaces. They inspected vents, ducts, and even the basement floorboards. Still, no trace of Emily was found. Even the most advanced forensic tests returned inconclusive. DNA samples, fibers, anything that might hint at another person's presence, all came back empty. The house was completely clean. And yet, someone had disappeared. Speculation ran rampant online. Bloggers, amateur detectives, and forums debated the case. Some claimed they had seen a figure at night near the house. Others suggested she had entered another dimension or had been taken by some unexplainable force. While sensational, these stories highlighted the profound uncertainty surrounding her disappearance. Reality, however, remained unclear. Months turned into years. Emily's case remained open but unsolved. The house stood as it always had, doors locked, windows intact, nothing missing except for Emily herself. Police continued to investigate leads as they appeared, but the trail was cold. Theories ranged from foul play to voluntary disappearance, but nothing conclusive emerged. Each attempt to explain her vanishing only deepened the mystery. Finally, the investigators released a statement. Despite extensive search and investigation, no definitive evidence has been found. The case remains open, and the family continues to hope for answers. Her disappearance remains one of the most confounding mysteries in the area. It challenges logic, reason, and expectation. Years later, Emily Parker's story continues to fascinate true crime enthusiasts. Every discussion about locked room disappearances references her case. Her neighbors still talk about that night. Her family continues to plead for information. And viewers watching this story, just like you, are left wondering, how could someone simply vanish from a house locked from the inside? What really happened to Emily Parker that night? Was it foul play, an accident, or something beyond understanding? The truth remains elusive, and the house, quiet and empty, holds its secrets tightly. Her last steps, her last breath within those walls, are known only to her, and perhaps, somewhere, the answer waits to be found. Thanks for watching. If you have any theories, share them in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe for more mysteries like this one.